So the biggest two questions I get from leveling up is, what is the fastest way to level up your Shade Watch? And when new seasons come out, what is the fastest way to level up your season? Well, if you are new or returning, it might have been a while since you guys have done any of this, so you might have forgotten. And if you're a vet, well, it might have been a while since you've done any of this and you still have forgotten. So what is the fastest way to get through a season 1 through 100? And I currently have not been grinding it, but I just started recently and I just hit 30 and it was pretty quick doing this method. Now, obviously there are a ton of different ways for you guys to get XP, whether you guys want to do control points, whether you guys want to do missions, whether you guys just want to run around and do different activities, or if you guys even want to chase these resource convoys. But there will be one that's going to give you the most XP in the short amount of time. And I see a lot of people actually confuse this because of the XP that you see pop up on the completion of these activities and the XP that you're actually getting. So I do want you guys to know there is a difference between the two with the activity that I'm going to be talking to you about. So the activity that's going to give you the most XP hands down is going to be resource convoys, and this is going to be, it's going to give you the most activity for the short amount of time. It should take you less than about a minute to find these. Just look for the little resource convoys floating around the map. If you don't see them, reset your control points, and then you're gonna see them actually pop up. Now, I will tell you guys, the amount that it shows at the end of the screen is gonna show you 290,000, but the actual XP you're getting is 590,000, and this isn't with the double XP modifier. So I'm gonna show you both of those screens in just a second, and look how quick it takes me to finish this off. There's one. A lot of times they come out of manholes or they come out doors nearby. Once you get better at these, you guys can run through these really fast. And I'll also show you the build that I'm running at the very end. And along with the XP that it shows we get for completing this, we're also getting XP for every kill that we get. So you add that on top of the XP, but I'm just gonna show you the exact XP we get for finishing this. So it's gonna show complete in a second. And let me show you this right now. Wait for it to pop up. So right there you see it, 590,000 XP we're getting for completing this resource comp. And you remember when we first selected it, it showed 293,000. No, we got 590,000. So it is different. Now make sure you do reset your control points, and then obviously you want to make sure you have the difficulty on the hardest difficulty you can. But with the build I'm showing you, you should be able to do it on heroic and at least have 4 modifiers active. Now I did want to show you one more time to show that it wasn't a bug. So we're doing a resource convoy, right? I have one more wave. I'm gonna just send out my chem launcher in a second, and as soon as I complete this, you're gonna see we're gonna get 2 screens. One that shows 290, but one that shows the actual XP on our XP bar. So now what we need to do is collect the resources, and this is gonna trigger everything. So I wanna stop it right here so you can see. All right, so let's pay attention to what happens. So it says 586,000 XP, right? So 586,000, and then look at the screen that shows resource intercepted. Then it says resource intercepted 293,000. So we're getting way more XP than it shows us when we actually complete it. And it's always been like that, and that's been like the best farming secret that we've put out for a while, right? I put this out a long time ago, and I feel like a lot of people tend to forget about this, or if you're new, you might have not done this. So now we're gonna try a different activity. We're just gonna try territory control. All the activities give you this exact XP. So territory controls are really fast, and that would be your next best bet, right? So if you can knock out territory controls really fast, they're just as fast as resource convoys, I wanna say. But the XP you get is way different. So we're gonna run around. We're just waiting for these guys to die. So they spawn right here, and then once I finish this one, they should pretty much be dead. So we got 2 more guys, and it should be over right here. And what I want you to do is pay attention to the XP that we get. So we won't get XP until we complete this one. So we have one guy way over there at the end. All right, so let's pick up the key and just keep an eye on how much XP we have currently. We have almost 34,000 XP. Now we're gonna open up the box. So we open up the box, and obviously the notification is gonna say 293,000 XP, but let's look at our XP bar and see where we're at now. And if we look at our XP bar, we're sitting at 428,000. So we got the 293,000 XP That's the difference between the two. So we didn't get an additional 500,000 XP. So that's why the difference between territory controls and any of your other activities are going to be about 300,000 difference. And that's why I say these resource convoys are just as fast, because you just saw me complete one real quick. We're going to finish this one off here. And this one was actually in a bad spot. Doing a resource convoy that's almost at a control point is actually a bad idea, but it wasn't that bad because I'm trying to figure out where they're going to spawn from. I don't really know. I can hear it, so I'm kind of wondering where he's at. He's right here in front of me, so I need to kill this one, and then there should be one more spawn, and then I go over to the other side and I can see where he's coming out of. Finish this off, and once we finish that off, he should be dead. And luckily, not that many of them spawned, so we finish that off, and we just have to go collect. And look when we collect. We're gonna collect again. Just want to show you guys again. 586,000 XP. So almost 300,000 difference than what you're getting for doing any other activity, and it's going to be the fastest and easiest thing to do. So if you guys are looking at leveling up, when I start grinding my seasonal levels, I just been kind of taking it easy. This is what I do. This is going to be the best way to do that. And don't forget, during the season, when each manhunt is unlocked, you can get, I think it's 10 million extra XP of double XP. So up to 10 million XP, that's double. So right here, you can see all boosted XP. I already gained it, so I'm not getting anything. So everything I'm gaining at 586,000 was not boosted. And as you're leveling the season, you're also getting those shade levels. So it's a great time to farm. Now, a lot of you guys are gonna ask, what build am I running? And this is my go-to convoy resource build. I will tell you, I've tested this build on an account that only has less than Shade Watch level 100, and it works perfectly fine. So for the backpack, you are going to want to run the Eclipse Protocol backpack. You're going to put skill tier, status effect, skill haste throughout the build, and then the backpack, because it amplifies all damage you deal to status effect enemies by 30%. You're also going to run the Eclipse gloves. You're going to put skill tier and status effects. The knee pads, same thing. Eclipse, skill tier, status effects, and then the chest piece, skill tier, status effects, and skill haste. And you want the chest piece because it increases the indirect transmission from 10 meters to 15 meters. And then for the mask, you want to run the bio mask. If you don't have this, I'll give you something else you can run. This is always going to have status effect, hazard protection. I put a skill haste mod on there, and then you want it for that toxic delivery. That's the reason why you want this mask. And then for the holster, you want the Golden Gear holster armor, status effect, and skill damage. And then I am running an attack drone, and I'm running the fire starter, and that's what's causing them to go on fire. Now, if you don't have the golden holster, you could put the golden mask, but then for the holster, you could put the Imperial Dynasty holster. If you don't have either, well, you could just try to put another piece on there that's gonna help you out, but ideally you want one or the other because that's gonna help you out. The Vial Mask is gonna help you out the most, but I actually tested this out on a low account, less than Shade 100, and was able to do that. So that chem launcher, and then obviously the striker drone are gonna be your go-tos for the build. And don't worry about the watch level because I've done this on a level 100 watch on heroic, and it was pretty easy. And that's the build for you guys. If you guys have any questions, let me know. We're gonna wrap up the video here. I'll see you guys in the next one, but until then, hey, nothing but skills is out.